friends. Hope everyone's having a good day today. Today, I thought we could talk about parachutes. Do you know what a parachute is? Here, I'll show you a picture. So this is what a parachute looks like. So someone will be hanging down below and they'll put up this dome, it looks kind of like an umbrella. But it's a giant piece of cloth and it slows them down when they're falling. So people use parachutes to do things like jump out of airplanes. And a parachute works by trapping air. So it'll trap air under that dome and that's what'll slow the person down as they go down. So I thought it would be fun to try to make a parachute. Not for me to use, because that would require a very, very large piece of fabric that I don't have, but for Mr. Lego Man. So I'm going to use some newspaper and string to make a parachute for the Lego Man. And I'm going to try it a couple different ways, and you can try to guess what you think will work best. So I got 2 pieces of newspaper, and this is squares of newspaper that are about the same size. And I tied a string, I punched a hole in each corner and tied a string going across this way and then going across this way to make my parachutes. And this one, I'm going to crumple it up. So same size paper, but this one's all crumpled up. This one's going to stay flat. And then I'm going to have one more parachute. This one's going to be bigger. So this one, I didn't cut the newspaper at all. This is a whole sheet of newspaper with the holes in the corner again and then the really long string so they can make it all the way across this newspaper. So these are our 3 options of parachute. Big, smaller and crumpled up. Which one do you think would be the best parachute and slow down the Lego Man the most? Let's test and find out. Alright, Lego Man, I'm just going to fold his arms down to strap him into his parachute here. He's all strapped in. And I'm going to come back, get a little bit higher, and we're going to drop the Lego Man. Here he goes. Woo! He fell pretty fast. Alright. Let's test out another one. I'm going to test out this one, the cut square of newspaper. Alright, we're strapping in the Lego Man. He's holding on to his strings there. Let's see. Looks like that paper slowed him down a little bit. Must have caught some of the air underneath. Alright, let's try our full sheet of newspaper. I'm going to strap in our Lego Man. Arms down, strap in. Okay. This one's a little harder to spread out. Let's see what happens. Ooh. This one went pretty slow till it folded over. So what does that look like? Which one do you think slowed him down the most? I think that big one was pretty slow. We did have a problem, it flipped over at the end, so then I couldn't slow him down as much. But before then, it was slowing him down pretty well. So if you want to try to make a parachute for either a little Lego person or another little toy you have, you can do that and try to think what's the way to make the best parachute. You can try out some different things. Like you can try paper or maybe cloth if you have it. If you have a handkerchief or something, you can try something like that. And for paper, you might be able to cut that into different shapes. So you can try to figure out the best shape for a parachute. I was using squares. So my parachutes all had 4 sides like this to make a square. But you could use different shapes. Maybe a triangle or a circle would make a better parachute. You can test it out and see. Or sometimes in real life parachutes, there's a hole in the top. That kind of lets some air go through so it doesn't flip over like mine did at the end. So if you wanted to do something like this, you can put a hole in the top of your parachute. Let's see if that helps. Put our little Lego man in. Hold on, Lego man. So this parachute made it all the way to the ground without flipping over because there's a hole in the top to let the air escape. So you can try making your parachute with different shapes, different sizes, different materials, and maybe even a hole in the top. It's up to you to see what works best. Alright, well, that was our experiment with parachutes for today. I hope you thought that was cool, and I hope you can try to make the best parachute you can make for one of your little toys. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.